Hi everyone, this video is about kids and piercings. Hey, I've just recently got a message from BREAA, and they have asked, I've got a question. In one of your videos, you said you wanted to have twins. Would you let them get all piercings? Like at the age of 12 or 11 or maybe 10? And what kind of piercings would you let them get? Could you please make a video and link it to me with your answer? Thank you. By the way, I love your piercings, especially your nape and your tongue. Thank you very much. Okay, so yes, I did say I wanted to have twins. So the fact that I basically wanted to get that over and done with, everyone that I know has always laughed at what I've always said about having kids. Basically, I want to get it over and done with, and then get, hysterectomy or whatever, get my tummy tuck, all that sort of shit out the way, so that it's all done. I only want 2 kids. And so yeah, that's the reason why I want twins, just so they can both come out together, and plus they're cute and everything like that. But yeah, anyway, so would I let them get piercings? Honestly, in this day and age, piercings are a lot more acceptable than when they were back in the day. But saying that, I was very young when I started getting body piercings. I did get my ears pierced when I was 6 months old, as I have said in a few other videos. I had no choice. It was my parents' decision, and then I think by the time I was I can't even remember when it was, but I had my second holes pierced at a really young age as well, and then the third holes, and I think by the time I was 10, I had 10 in each ear or something like that. I can't remember, but I do have some old photos of me with all my ear piercings when I was really young. I just don't have them on my computer. I don't know where the hell they've gone. But yeah, so to answer your question, it really depends. If they wanted body piercings, of course I'd let them get it. Just really depending on the age and what type of piercings they wanted to get. When I was younger, piercings weren't really that much that popular compared to these days, when it's very, very popular, especially in the teenage sort of in the teenage genre. Yeah, so if say if I had a daughter or son that aged 5 or something, wanted the ears pierced, I'd let them have the ears pierced. As long as it was done either by me, probably mostly by me. I trust myself. A lot of people trust me, and me or Mel, the other piercer, the girl from Arnt, they're probably me and her, the only 2 piercers that I actually would trust to pierce my kids if I did have kids. But yeah, saying that as well, if they wanted something I don't know, their tragus or anything like that pierced, it really depends on the law, the age requirements as well. You can get in trouble if you pierce someone that's under the age of the legal requirements, but it really depends. If it's an extreme piercing like nipple, dermal anchors, surface piercings, or stretching the ears, I would not let them get it done until they were at least of age. But the laws are coming out to be 18 and over soon to get those type of piercings, including ear stretching and even buying the jewellery. I don't know why, when you can buy it online anyway. But yeah, so as I said, it's just up to the age and what type of piercing they want, and how extreme it is really. Stretching ears, I would not let them do it, not until they're 18, only because I've seen too many people that are stretched way too young and way too too far. There was someone when I was working at my old job, I think he was 12, almost 13, and he had 24 mil ear tunnels, and I was looking at him oh my god, you're not even a teenager yet, what the fuck. And so stuff like that, I wouldn't let my kids get their ears stretched, and if they did want them stretched, I'd only let them go up to a 3 mil maximum, because you can't shrink down, and especially at such a young age, you don't know what you want. Seeing all these kids out there with all their facial piercings, you know, like stuff like Monroe piercings. If you're getting like the whole trio, Monroes, like the angel bites, the Medusa, the snake bites, blah, blah, blah. You guys have just got to realise that the holes actually stay there for the rest of your life. If you see some older women that have had their ears pierced, like, and they only had it done for like a month or even like a year when they were really young, you can still see the holes. You know, I've still got a Monroe hole here, and I've had that out for like five and a half years now, and it's still there, hasn't closed up. So you just got to be very wary on how young you start piercing and where. The wear on your face is the most important, because, you know, especially if you're a really, really, really pretty person, you do not want to fuck your face up. Believe me. And then saying that, there's some people out there that can get away with it, like people with acne. I find that their acne scars do cover the actual piercing hole, as in like it distracts it, sort of thing. So the people like that, or with blackheads and stuff like that, they have a more of a better chance of getting away with stuff like that. But being young and stuff like that, it's just, you know, you got so much to do, and you got to look back and you're going to be like, what the hell was I doing? Believe me. So yeah, so like from the age 0 to 5, if they wanted their ears pierced, I would get it done. I wouldn't go out and straight get their ears pierced at like, you know, 5 months old or whatever. If it was a boy, no. If it was a girl, it really depends. You know, I'm in two minds about it. I'm in two minds as in, like, get it over and done with when they're baby so they don't remember it. But then saying that, it's just like, well, you don't know if they want to actually have piercings in the future. But most girls do, but you never know. So, yeah, so with that, if they wanted it, I'll get it done. From age 5 to, say, 10, multiple earlobe piercings are fine. You know, nothing else really, like rook and tragus piercings and stuff like that, I'd be fine with. But not industrials and not stretches, obviously. Nothing on the face or belly button or anything like that. From 10 to, say, 14, I would probably let the nose piercing, belly button piercing, and maybe industrial, really depending. I know that I was 12 when I got my tongue pierced. This was back in the day, like, I'm 25 now, so that's 13 years ago. Yeah, so they're the only piercings that I let them have. And then from 14 to 18, I'd give them permission to, well, from 14 to 16. So 16 is basically the legal age to get most piercings. So from 14 to 16, I would give them permission for belly button, nose, lip, eyebrow, whatever, as long as they don't go behind my back, and as long as they go through with me all the pros and cons and everything like that, just so they know what they're getting into. A lot of people out there don't know what they're getting into, and they're only doing it just because their friends are. But you got to think about it. You're not going to be friends with those people for the rest of your life, so you got to really, really, really know what you want to get. Tongue piercing, I would, if probably 15, 16 would probably be the lowest I'd go. Surface piercings is a no-no. I would not let my kids have surface piercings, not unless it was done by me or Mel. I've seen a lot of dodgy jobs out there where they've just left nasty scars. So with that, I would not let them get it done. And if they did want to get it done, it'd have to be over 18. Dermals and divers, I'd say 17 would probably be the lowest I'd go, with my permission, if it was allowed. I would be against stretching altogether, like the ears. But then saying that, you know, if they wanted to get into body modification at a young age, start learning and stuff like that, I'd definitely let them, like, along with me, just to see what everyone goes through, get it through their head of everything that goes, you know, that happens in body modification, what the procedure is and stuff like that. Aftercare, looking after it and shit like that. So yeah, it's hard, you know. I suppose when you have a kid, it's different. My niece is 7 months old, and I wanted to get her ears pierced. It's just that she looks too bare. But then saying that, we're in two minds about it because we're going through the whole but what happens if she doesn't want it? And it's like, yeah, that's true. So it is something that you really got to think about before jumping into something like that. But if you're this is just out to all the parents out there that have teenagers that are just relentless about getting a piercing. If they're really, really, really up to the point where they're begging you and they're like, nah, I'm going to do it myself, take them in and get the piercer to explain everything to them. Show them all the piercing fails on YouTube. There's millions of videos on there of all these stupid people piercing themselves with random objects. Look up all the infected and rejected piercings and everything like that. Just show them everything. Don't just go, no, because you know that they're just going to go, fuck yeah, I'm going to do it anyway. As what I did when I was 14, I pierced my nose with a safety pin. But as I said, it was fucking years ago. So, yeah, so just definitely talk to your kids. Don't just dismiss it because they will do something stupid. And, especially if you're gonna tell them no about a belly button piercing. Seriously, get it done professionally. Otherwise, they're gonna do it by themselves and they end up with a mangled stomach. So, don't judge me, you guys. I'm just explaining. This is a question I got asked by someone off YouTube, and I thought I'd add my little 2 cents in about that. I don't know what else to say. If you guys have any questions or anything like that, video response, my comments always get bombarded, and it's so hard to reply to everyone. So video responses, I reply to everyone. Yeah. So thank you very much, Bria. Or however I say your name. And yeah, if anyone has any questions, inbox me or video response. Alrighty, bye.